Hi, this is the Truss Bridge Challenge. More details at the end, so stick around, have fun. Glenn drawing with you today. Thanks for joining in. Let's learn about the parts. This is the deck. Blue is the bridge truss. It's incredibly strong because of its thickness in the up and down direction, and it's full of triangles. The abutment is what holds the bridge up. Let's take a sneaky look under the deck. What we find is some cross beams. They hold the deck, but then spread the load to the trusses. It's the trusses that hold the bridge nice and firm. A lot of teachers run this as a project. A company called Pitsco supply the kits with all the balsa strips and the glues and everything that you need. And even if you want, you can get the testing equipment. It's heaps of fun, really popular. And if you want to get hold of some of that, then go to our friends over at Kookaburra Education, and in their STEM catalogue you can get everything you need. Before we begin, I'm using half a splat length. So halfway along that edge, grab a pen and put a little mark. We'll be referring to that later. Alright, so your starting point, go to almost the bottom left of your page and draw a left and a right splat line. Now I'm extending the line on the right hand side. Go ahead and draw a long line, but keep it light. Remember, your drawing should be nice and light. I'm doing it darker so you can see on the page. So we're going to measure 1 splat length, 2, and keep stepping up that line, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should fit easily on an A4 page. Here's where we spin the splat upside down, line up the corners and draw in 2 lines. Slide to the next point, and then repeat exactly the same thing and work your way up the end. To tidy that back edge, I'm running a ruler along there, and then I'm extending those ones, which will become the crossbeams. Now, you know what crossbeams are, right? Back to the starting point. Point of the splat on there and slide down. That lets me draw those vertical lines, which will become a cube. So what I'm suggesting here is the abutments. The abutments, remember, are what hold the bridge up. So I've simply got 2 cubes. Now, so that looks a bit more like a cube. Some shadow underneath the deck should help you see the cube as a 3D object. In between these 2 dots is what's called the span of the bridge, how long the bridge is. And now I'm looking at the side view of the bridge. We need to draw 2 vertical lines, the end of the span. And I'm stopping that halfway mark. Remember I said we'd come back to that? There it is. Back to the side view. At the top of those 2 lines, there and there, we're going to connect them with another straight line. And we do exactly the same thing in the 3D view. We connect them. It's looking easy, isn't it? Okay, let's divide this span into 4, and it's already divided into 4 sections. You just need to find those points and go straight up. Stay with me, you're doing awesome. So there's the side view of the truss, and there's the truss in my 3D view, isometric. Let's do a little erase, and now it's time to do exactly the same thing on the far side of the deck. Remember, we had 2 lines and then we joined them. By the way, that's called a top chord on a truss. Let's draw our verticals in. And now it's time to give the top chord and the bottom chord some thickness. So that's easy. Slide the ruler down and simply draw a line. At the bottom, I kind of lose the line when I slide the ruler. So what I'm going to do is come up from the line a little at both ends and then line the ruler up to those marks. That's going to be the most accurate way to do it. Great. Now we're going to add some thickness to the verticals. Let's grab the splat. I'm drawing a copy of the verticals on the left side each time, and I'm working my way down along the deck. When I get to the end, I'm hanging. So what I'm going to do is move to the right. Now it's time to make the truss really strong by filling it full of triangles. Here's my plan. You could come up with your own design as long as they're triangles. Now you've got your design done, I'm going to pick up these 2 points and I'm going to find them on my isometric drawing, my 3D drawing, and there they are. Let's find the other end of the lines. Can you see where they'd be? 1 and 2. Boom, fantastic. Now you simply join those two dots. You can't use the splat for those types of lines because they're on all funny slopes. Let's do the same thing. Find where the line starts and stops, add it to your drawing, and connect. Are you getting the idea? I hope you are. The best engineers, scientists, mathematicians all sketch their ideas down on paper because it helps you with your creativity and it helps you figure things out, as well as share ideas with others. You can leave your drawing now as center lines, like these dark lines, or if you want to take it to the next level, you can thicken them. So we're going to offset. Offset means to copy the line right beside it, and we're going to offset it first on the bottom. So each of those I make a copy. Now I'm going to flip my rule around to the top of the center line, and by the same distance I'm going to draw another one. Because all of your lines will be nice and light, now would be a good time to darken in the actual outline of your truss. Here I'm removing the center lines and just tidying the whole thing up before I go ahead and do my final firming in or darkening of those lines. Just work your way along really carefully. Make sure your pencil's fairly sharp for this stage. What if I want to add some thickness to the truss? Well, I need to slide it in that splat direction. I'm really only going to draw those two lines in. So from those 2 points I've just shown you, draw a line about 3 millimeters across. Now I'm joining the ends and I'm copying that line to there, and I'm copying the top chord to there. We'll use a ruler for that step. To make this look 3D, at each corner that you're looking into, you'll need to draw a 3mm line as well, then up and on my splat angle. A little shadow under there might help it stand out as a 3D. Let's repeat the same thing. Here's a little different. We're going to start the same, a line across. We're going to go up. But this one is a copy of that line. So we're going to go the same angle. Not using the splat, I'm just going to copy it with a ruler. Same again. Think about the other lines you're missing. You're looking through the openings in the truss now, and that far edge I'm going to need to draw in right there. Anything else? That one's going to need a far edge, and there's another one, those sneaky little lines. And now repeat on the other side. So we have two identical trusses. Let's have a look at the cross beams. I'm going to place a mark, same distance all the way up the end. Now I'm going to come back and offset that line. So we're giving some width to what will become the cross beams. At the end, rather than cut into the abutment, I'm going to cheat and just come back towards me and pop a line in. It's going to be a lot easier. Have a look at the ends of the cross beams. They're square section. Section means shape looking straight on. And I'm going to need one at each of those points. So this is pretty easy. Just pop a line straight down. So drop a vertical line. Now on the front view, the horizontal line straight across, but horizontal in this view means a splat angle. Remember, if something is flat to the ground, it needs to be one of those bottom splat angles. Good. Now we'll pop straight back up. Here's the length of the beam. Easy. Just find the corner. Using the left splat angle, draw a short line until it runs into the truss and ducks in underneath there, all the way up. Now I've just realized that on the very end, the cross beam would sit inside the abutment, so I need to redraw the abutment or do I extend the bridge a bit longer so it's sitting on the crossbeam? I think the easiest one would be just to redraw the crossbeam. So there I've rubbed it out and moved it, adding in the length, and boom. This is why drawing is so great. There's always issues that come up in a drawing that you might not have imagined in your head. So this is engineering. Nothing ever works the first time, and these problems have to be solved. Now, each beam needs 3 lines. I'm going to line it up from that corner and bring the third line across there. Now our beams are in 3D. Here's another engineering issue. When I've drawn the truss, I've extended out beyond the abutment. So rather than change the truss, obviously it's much easier just to adjust the abutment a little bit wider. Great. A little shading on the sides of the crossbeam add to the 3D effect. Also a little bit of shadow underneath the top chord. Now we need a way to get onto the abutments. If it was a footbridge, it might be stairs. If you were driving up onto it, then it's called an on-ramp. This is what's called the cutting line. If you're cutting a drawing out with scissors, that's the path you'd follow. You darken it in. Could also be called an outline. Should be the darkest line on your drawing. So all the way around, using a ruler to make sure it's nice and tidy. Now I'm thinking about the decking. What am I going to cover it with? Will it be concrete slab? Will it be boards? Let's think about the sides of the bridge, the truss. The truss could also be made, if it was a theme park or something, could be made out of bamboo. It would be lashed together using really strong ropes or cords. Maybe vines if it was a movie set, something like that. I could cast the side out of a solid piece of concrete. Often it's thinner in the middle to save weight. And if it's a really long span, then we could make it stronger by reinforcing it, in which case we run really strong steel tendons, and I'm poking a few out there to show you. This truss, however, is made out of RHS, which is rectangular hollow section. So it's steel with right angle corners, and it's great to be able to bolt, weld. It's really, really useful and fairly cheap. And finally, it's challenge time. Draw yourself 2 abutments, and I suggest 3 splat lengths in between. You can copy my drawing, you can copy any of these trusses, or make up your own. Unless you're a gun drawer, your first one will look shocking. That's just the way it is. But your second one will look much better as your skills increase. Thanks so much. Bye.